What's going on with it once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls, and as always, tacos and Nikikomodis out there is the one and only, of course, Mr. Nintendo Sony Freak 2011, aka Manny Wolverine. And of course, you guys are wrestling interests and interests towards the channel. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, all the good stuff. So pretty much this past week, not to copy my boy Mr. Proto Mario, like what he does with News You Miss, but it's kind of almost the same thing. I just don't want to like completely rip him off or any of that shit. So I want to give my own internal thoughts, views, and opinions, and even experiences with one of these particular Pokemon in general. Not even one, two. And these are the first two you're seeing right here, their names at least. So it says Shedinja, or said Shedinja, however you want to say it, pronounce it. Or if it's completely different, because I know I'm thinking Japanese, German, Russian, and then a couple other languages. I think French and obviously definitely Korean and Japanese and Chinese have completely different names compared to what the English name is. There's this news I wanted to talk about. It says Shedinja and Shiny Caterpie to be released in November. I think you might be able to get a Shiny Shedinja. Maybe. I don't know. And then Pokemon Community Day. I already talked about this on the previous one with the Halloween one that I uploaded a couple hours ago. Even though, granted, it was 3 days ago when I did the video. But better late than never, right? Because, you know, like I always say at the end of the, or half of my videos, either halfway or at the end of my videos, you know, I got a real life job I got to do. And I got real life activities and fucking, especially Wednesday and Thursday where I can't do videos almost pretty much at all, which is running errands and shit. And it's almost like 10 in the afternoon, and 10 after, and 10 at night. And errands and all, I got stuff I gotta do, so I can't do videos 24/7, but I still get time to make them. So it says November Community Day, Cyndaquil. 2x Catch XP Stardust. November Community Day, Sizzles with fucking Cyndaquil. And as you can tell at the tone of my voice, I'm a little fucking upset, triggered about this because, granted, that means the good news is hopefully this is on a holiday. I'm really hoping it's not the 25th because that's kind of when I got to spend a lot of time with the friends and the fam and all that stuff on Christmas. So hopefully that's not. It's almost a month and about 5.5 weeks from now. I was hoping it'd be Totodile. That's pretty much the bottom line. I really fucking wanted it to be Totodile. Because that's like my second next to the Chikorita line, which, you know what? I don't want to sound too much of a salty, spoiled fanboy over this, but it's kind of garbage. Because Cyndaquil is, unfortunately, I know I'm going to piss off a lot of people when I say this, especially the ones that really like Typhlosion. It was my least favorite. I'm sorry, it was. That thing was weak as shit for me. Its defense is a special and physical defense. Fucking garbage. The one that I had. And, I don't know, Typhlosion, man. In the anime, I'll admit it, he looked a little bit cool here and there, and even in the TCG, like I said about Charizard, but it kind of got like the Charizard treatment. It's way too overpowered. It's way too overpopularized, way too freaking like awesome and cool. And in the games, a lot of people I think chose a lot of the Cyndaquil line, way more compared to the Chikorita and Totodile line, in my own personal opinion. But it is what it is. So there's that, and then this one. I'm not going to read too much into this one because a lot of you guys probably already know what it is. It says, Meet Meltan's Evolution. It should say Melmetal. There it is. Melmetal. This one's from Pro Hitman 22. Shout out to him. And the other person here, the one I was just finished reading earlier. I'm going to get to both of these. The third one, I'm not sure if I'm going to read the whole thing. I'll probably just read half of it. Just for the sake of time's sake. Oh, Josh Provines. And this is the newest one right here. So I'm just going to start with the newest one over here. Shedinja. Shiny Caterpie to be released in Pokemon, in Pokemon. I should say in Pokemon Go in November. No. It says trainers. Oh, and before I do keep reading, update if any of you guys follow me on Instagram, especially Instagram more than Twitter. Unfortunately, I still haven't gotten any of the shiny ghost types. Those things have been a huge bitch for me to follow, or not follow, for me to hunt. But good news is, in my own personal opinion, I did get a rare spawn point. Not shiny Mightyena. That would have been the shit. Of a normal Mightyena, and that was a super rare for me because that's like literally the first time I ever found a wild Mightyena in the wild. It's usually Houndoom most of the time, which I feel like they're both cousins in a way. Like Houndour and Houndoom are like a long lost cousins of Poochyena and what's it called, Mightyena. Except the only difference is it's not dark fire like those ones were, like the first ones I saw. And they could both be shiny. I really want that fucking shiny Poochyena though. It looks so much good. A tiny bit better compared to Shiny Houndour. That one looks cool as fuck too, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. So it says trainers. It's time to fill out another Pokédex entry. November field research focuses on bug-type Pokémons. With the weekly research breakthrough featuring Shedinja, Shedinja will be available from November 1st to November 30th at 1 p.m. PDT, and is only obtainable throughout November. What? Oh, I thought it was only on one day. That would have freaking sucked ass. Oh shit, so it's for the whole month. You know what? Bravo. I've always wanted the shiny caterpie, but I'll get to that at the end of this possibly video, so please stick around. So it says, what about Ninjask and Nincada? Or Nincada, if you want to say. I think it's Nincada, as I always said it. Or Nincada, it doesn't matter. We're quite sure we'll see them as typical field research quest encounters, with Nincada and being especially popular. Oh, an update. Just last month, or actually not even last month, earlier this month, I finally got a freaking Spinda. That thing was around since what, August, I think? I finally got not one, but I got 2 Spindas. About fucking time. Those things were hard as balls to find out here in Vegas. But then again, I don't go all over the city. I only go to like certain parts and areas. I don't go to all the parks. I go to maybe like 3 or 4 parks out of the... I don't even know how many parks there are here. It's like almost 100, 80, 100 of them. Except for the national ones. And I'm paying 20, 40, 50 bucks to get in those things. Garbage. So it says a lot of us wondered how Niantic will implement Shedinja, as it's a Pokemon you get for evolving, should say from evolving, Nincada into Ninjask, without any special requirements. Shedinja represents the husk of a ninja that leaves behind during evolution, and in its main series game, it will just appear in your Pokemon box. In the core games, Ninjask evolves from Nincada, starting at level 20. Its evolution can trigger its creation for a second Pokemon. Shedinja, when a player has an extra Pokeball or an extra slot in their party. A new shiny. Every month, we get a new shiny family. This month's featured family is Caterpie. Oh, that's cool. Not bad, not bad. Not freaking bad. So I wonder if they're going to spawn a lot more compared to before. Before I begin, I keep going. Overall thoughts, views, and opinions. Actually, I should say overall thoughts, views, and experiences, because I left my game on for almost a good 2 solid months in my hard gold version to get a Caterpie, and I think it's right next to Violet City where I've always gotten it. Try to get it, because there's no way in how I'm doing it in a buck collecting contest. Because I will lose my, not literal shit. Shit will hit the fan, though, if a shiny were to run away from me. Fuck that. I would not be able to take that shit well. At all. There's a point where, unfortunately, law enforcement would probably come in and try to arrest me because of a disturbance I'd be making in the neighborhoods. That's how loud as fuck I'd be screaming. So I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm sorry. Well, this one I would in the wild, except unless it was like the Snubbull and I think Drowsy and I think male and female Nidoran, because I think they can run away from too, even though it's not in a contest or it's weird. For some reason they did that, because I remember in the original Gold, Silver, and Crystal games, they were able to do that too. So let's go on to this. November Community Day. Cyndaquil. Catch 2 XP Stardust, and hopefully, it better be fucking Niantic. Please don't screw my emotions like this. Please bring out Totodile, because that was like one of my best favorite shinies out of the freaking whole game, next to Chikorita, of course. Second best evolution family. Though it says trainers, Niantic has just announced, all 3 of these, by the way, do come from Pokemon Go.net, so there's that. Just announced that Pokemon Go's November community will feature Cyndaquil, the Generation 2 Fire-type starter, Fire Mouse Pokemon. The 11th installment of Pokemon Go's Community Day event series takes place November 10, 2018, 11 and 2 p.m. PST. Here's a nice graphic made by a fellow hub artist, Couple of Gaming. As with previous Community Days, the exclusive moves have not yet been confirmed, but it will most likely be Blast Burn, there we go. It's a signature move. It is also confirmed to only be obtainable by evolving Quilava, or Quilava. Some people like to say Quilava. That's fucking weird. I don't know. During the event, to an N-Typhlosion. Yeah, they definitely did a typo here. To a Typhlosion, not to N. Just saying. Sorry, grammar, you know what. Along this week, we see the first instance of a Community Day featuring 2 bonuses, 2x catch XP, and 2x catch Stardust. As far as shiny forms go, we can expect to see shiny Cyndaquil available from upon starting the event. And I think the best way we can describe it as the shiny variation is by calling it Overcooked. See they try to throw humor there. Any humor they throw in here, I'm just going to let it bounce off like rubber, because you did 2 shits and a fuck about Cyndaquil. I'm sorry for all my Cyndaquil fans out there, it's just not for me. Respect that you love him, but for me, he's garbage. I'm sorry. Yeah, so there's all that. You guys can read that part. So it says October results not announced. Strangely, Niantic has not released the results for last month's Community Day, even though the page to view Community Day announced has been fully updated for Cyndaquil's Community Day. Did Niantic just forget, or are they looking to surprise us with some crazy results? I'm just saying as a real mystery, sarcastic voice. Did Mystic finally get overthrown? Did Instinct finally surpass Valor? We'll have to wait and see on the next episode. I'll just kidding. Trevor and Dragon Ball Super thing to that. I'm not going to do overall thoughts, views, and opinions for it because I'm sorry, it's just my least favorite Pokemon. I only read like half of this part. So it says Melmetal. That's right, trainers. For the first time ever in history of the Pokemon series, we have been introduced to a mythical Pokemon that can actually evolve. Meltan has shown to gather together to merge with one another, and there is enough to evolve into Melmetal. This Steel-type Pokemon in this evolution hasn't been seen in 3,000 years. So this research with Oak and Willow is groundbreaking. It was revered, and worshipped in ancient times for being able to create metal. Its body is liquid metal, but due to both of the evolutions, it is hardening and more sturdier than before. But it also possesses a unique move, as most legendaries and mythicals do, called Double Iron Bash. Oh, that sounds cool. This Steel-type move is described by Pokemon.com and is incredibly powerful. It has the Hex Nut on its chest work like an axle to spin its heavy metal body around. Dealing with the Double Bash with its arms that are so powerful, it may make the opponent flinch. Here are the professors discussing the matter and making history of the great mythical Melmetal. And overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I'm not going to say I don't really give a shit about this design, but man, there's all those little important statistics and details if any people want to know that, but it's a little bit of another, unfortunately, for my own personal opinion. Some people might really love it. Some people are even comparing it to like one of the 3 Regis. Excuse me, anyone forgot about freaking Registeel? I'm just saying. That sound like a sourpuss or like fucking like, I'm not gonna say negative Debbie, but something else like that. I don't say like a negative like asshole or nothing like that. This thing looks like it could have been fan-made. It literally looks like it could have been a fan-made Pokemon, man. This doesn't even look like a Pokemon. This looks like this straight out came from fucking, I don't know, Mega Man? I don't know, they just could have called him Steel Man or like Twirl Man or Whirly Man or Swirly Man or something. I don't know. I'm not really feeling it either, man. I'm sorry. Once again, I've been kind of a dick in this video, but the only thing exciting news I'm totally about Shedinja and Caterpie, because I unfortunately just gave up on it after 2 months trying to find one into the wild. Like, I think I did like 12, maybe 20, 25,000 soft resets, and I never got this prick. So I guess, I guess my secret numbers for my ID badge didn't match up with this. Maybe that's why I didn't get shiny Caterpie, but that's it. I guess the only thing I really like about Melmetal is like its name. Its design. That's literally the only thing I'll give it that. And that's it. And that's it. Links to the description box down below. Cartel on the side. I'm out of here. Peace out once again, ladies and gentlemen, bros, women, fanboys, and fangirls. And as always, otakus and inkikomori's out there. I'll see you when I see you guys. Good day, have a good night, wherever you're at around the world out there. Don't drink smoke at the same time. Don't take the reckless. Stay tuned for more future article session reviews, including video gaming industry news, anime manga news, and internet news. Take it easy. Stay safe. Peace out, Molly Sauerkraut. I'm going to get out of here. Later, goodbye. I'll see you on the flip side. I'm gone. I'm out. Stay tuned for more future content on this channel. Later, goodbye. I'll see you guys soon. Later.